Last week, Hillary Clinton made a push to expand voting rights in a clear bid to appeal to minority voters, a group still struggling in today's economy. Unemployment among African Americans almost double the national average, while their poverty levels nearing 30%. This morning's Washington Post says as a result, some black voters are disillusioned. Of course, they're wondering if the first black president wasn't able to make our lives better. Does that mean Hillary Clinton should automatically get our vote? What do you say, Dana?
I think that they were right to ask the question. And I thought that what she did, she had a broader speech, but the thing that was picked out and that her team really pushed into the media was this voting rights issues. And if I were her, knowing that she's going to have to make sure that she gets voters to the polls, especially African Americans, I would be talking about how to improve economic opportunity, school access, a better school, and maybe even school choice. That could be a bold thing that she could talk about, and also safety in their communities. I think those are the three things. However, there's another thing going on here. She really only has to worry about turnout in 5 states, okay, because she knows she's going to win California and New York. So there's pretty much only, she needs to talk to African Americans in Virginia, Florida, Iowa, Colorado, and Ohio to get to that magic number of 270.
You know, Eric, what strikes me is I don't think she's going to take Dana's advice, but I do think that she is going to demonize Republicans. In other words, yeah, I'm not Barack Obama. You're not going to be voting for me as a fellow black person or the first black president, but don't forget the bad guys on the other side.
Yes, you're right. That will be the likely strategy, but one of her biggest support groups is Wall Street, and one of the biggest reasons why the income inequality gap in America has widened under President Obama is because Wall Street, the top echelon, the top, maybe, 5% are making more. They're not, the bottom 20% isn't keeping up. It's going up, but it's not keeping up. Right. I believe in free markets, and I'm in favor of that system. If you can make more, and go ahead and do it. However, if you're talking income inequality, which is a catchphrase for the left, more of the same is going to create a continued widening of income inequality. So she hasn't shown us anything that's going to be different from President Obama. So you could look at it as Hillary Clinton as a third Obama term, and you're going to get more of the same. High unemployment among African Americans, high poverty rates among African Americans, and a widening income inequality.
So, Kimberly, if you're a Republican and you're trying to reach out to minority voters, or let's say women even, who are, again, she's counting on women to turn out in big numbers, what do you say as a Republican?
Yeah, the Republicans are going to have to make the case for themselves to say, just don't blindly check the box again. Democratic Party. What has the Democratic Party done for you lately? Are you satisfied with what President Obama did? Do you want a continuation of that? Or do you want to make a brave and courageous choice and be fearless and do something better for your families and for your children, for the future of this country, and stop penalizing entrepreneurship? Get the economy back on the right track, small businesses, educational, and opportunities with new jobs for those kids that are graduating. That's what moms care about.
Well, they should hire you and Dana. I tell you that.
Well, we're running, obviously.
But I got to tell you, so here's the thing. I was reading this Washington Post article, and the guy says, hey, I made history voting for Obama, but it didn't make a difference in my life.
Yeah, it's time to wise up that nobody fares well under an expanding nanny state, and we've watched decades of harm of an unbridled government interference. A president that represents all Americans helps black Americans most. Both parties are at fault. You have the arrogance of the white left, that they know they can do anything, and blacks will still vote. Then you have the ambivalence of the right, who have conceded votes of millions of people because they've kind of given up. And these millions of blacks and minorities, Hispanics, actually share conservative values. They do. It's been shown in surveys. But they don't know how, and they have to learn to communicate better.
You have to court them.
And you know what would be very cynical? If some on the right wanted to drive divisions, they would talk about her support and expanded support on immigration.
Well, here we go.
Because that's how you could actually split that vote.
I think you're going to have a campaign.